And here are the major decisions. The scrapping of Article 370 as well as the presidential order to do away with sections under Article 35A. But this should not come as a surprise if one looks at the track record of the Modi government. It's a government that does not refuse to take a stance on sensitive issues. It's a government that does not shy away from major reforms. Put simply, it's a government where action has almost always followed words. We bring you a report.
We have decided that the 500 rupee and 1000 rupee currency notes presently in use will no longer be legal tender from midnight to night, that is 8th November 2016.
The day was November 8th, 2016. Donald Trump was to be announced as the President of the United States. That was supposed to be the most important global development on the day, before the Indian Prime Minister introduced demonetisation.
Brothers and sisters, to break the grip of corruption and black money, we have decided that the 500 rupee and 1000 rupee currency notes presently in use will no longer be legal tender from midnight to night, that is 8th November 2016. This means that these notes will not be acceptable for transaction from midnight onwards.
In one sentence, 85% of the currency in circulation became invalid. The government was clear in its intention and was ready for the short-term plans. Cut forward to a few months.
आज की जो व्यवस्था थी, उस व्यवस्था में राज्यों में और केंद्र में मिलाकर 17 ट्रांजैक्शन टैक्स है, 1717, 23 सेस हैं। उन सब को समाप्त कर दिया गया है और उनके स्थान पर केवल एक टैक्स रहेगा।
The Modi government ushered in the landmark tax reform, the goods and services tax. A plan that was in the works for the previous decade, but without a government to go ahead and implement the reform. This NDA government showed its commitment to a reform that could disrupt the economy in the immediate term. Note the timing, a reform 2 years before a general election. If demonetisation and GST demonstrated the political will to take tough decisions, the consistency on the issue of NRC showed that the Modi government revels in disrupting status quo.
हमारी सरकार सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट बिल उस पर भी आगे बढ़ रही है.
It's not just in domestic politics. For years, India had a muddled policy on the Israel-Palestine conflict. Relationship with Israel and relationship with Palestine were viewed as a zero-sum game. But the government de-hyphenated it. India's relationship with Israel would stand on its own merits, independent and unrelated to India's relationship with Palestine. It was a milestone moment in India's Israel policy. Ditto, the passage of the Triple Talaq Bill.
पर बहुत विनम्रता से गुजारिश करूंगा, ये सदन ऊंचाई पे उठता है. आज ये मामला जेंडर जस्टिस, जेंडर डिग्निटी, जेंडर इक्वालिटी का है. इसके सदन आगे बढ़े सर, यही कहकर मैं इस बिल को प्रस्तुत कर रहा हूं.
Be it the Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile Yojana or the introduction of Real Estate Regulation and Development Act, or the successful passage of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, the Modi government has chosen the road less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Politically, it has paid the NDA rich dividends. Tough decisions will lead to disruptions. Part of the ability of a strong government is to stick to its stance and defend the decisions. A government needs numbers and grit to take such decisions. Numbers the government has, and determination in truckloads.
राष्ट्रपति संसद की सिफारिश पर यह घोषणा करते हैं कि यह दिनांक जिस दिन भारत के राष्ट्रपति द्वारा इस घोषणा पर हस्ताक्षर किए जाएंगे और इसे सरकारी गैजेट में प्रकाशित किया जाएगा, उस दिन से अनुच्छेद 370 के सभी खंड लागू नहीं होंगे सिवाय खंड 1 के।
Now the government has taken the big Kashmir decision. It was the BJP stance to remove the special status to Jammu and Kashmir. But the bifurcation of the state into 2 union territories shows something else. That the Modi government wants to act and own the action. Bifurcation allows the centre to be prepared for any retribution in the valley. Besides, it shows the commitment to oversee the structural change. Structural changes have an ability to cause disruptions. But if the Modi government's track record since 2015 is anything to go by, it revels in disrupting the status quo. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.